Hi guys, I wanted to just record a quick video. I haven't done that in a while, and I wanted to show you a couple of things. First of all, the advanced reader copies for Billie Blaster that arrived last week. Maybe I put up a picture, but here it is. It doesn't have the right cover copy on it, but I love the cover copy I wrote, so I'll post that so you can see that. And also the advanced copies are in black and white, which isn't nearly as much fun as seeing the finished book. But there's a little bit, you can kind of see that back there. See, but I'll post some images so you can see what it looks like. Super fun. Jim and I are heading down to Eugene, Oregon tomorrow for the Pacific Northwest Booksellers Association, where we're going to present it to regional booksellers. So it'll be the first time we've talked about it, and it's funny because there's three authors, well, four, including the two of us together, presenting in this session, and the others are like this really dark horror novel and then a nonfiction book about based on an essay, I think, basically whether it's on the question of whether it's okay to appreciate the work of questionable people, you know, sort of like, I have to see what that book was. But yeah, and then we have our very silly graphic novel for kids. So that's going to be an interesting combination, but that will be fun. So we're up late just putting together a PowerPoint with images and a little bit of the story of the book. So yeah, exciting. Another thing that I'm really super excited and relieved about today is that I got an email from my editor who has read through the revisions that I've sent her so far, which is almost the complete part one of the book, but part one of two, and part one is by far the main part, the biggest part of the book. And I posted on the Discord recently when I realized that what I had sent, the revisions that I had sent her so far, which were not all of part one, were already over 100,000 words. And I was like, oh my God, because I was like sort of resisting having it get huge. And I don't know how long it's going to end up being, but I don't think it'll be a monster. I don't want it to be a monster, even though I like long books, but I'm hoping to keep it to a friendlier size. But anyways, the point is that she loved the revision. She's loving the revision so far, and the changes that I've made since she read it last, which was a little over a year ago. And I had been a bit stressed out because when I realized that it had been over a year since any eyeballs besides my own had been on the book, and I hadn't really talked in depth to anybody either. I just really sort of sink into my own head and trying to work things out, and I find it even difficult to talk things through with other people. It feels like a challenge to even convey what it is I'm trying to convey, that it'll be easier to just write it and then have them read it, and then just hope for the best, hope that that my instincts were right. And so anyways, the email, I printed it out and put it in my journal because I was so relieved. I was starting to get anxious. And then also my agent had read it this weekend too, and I guess she left me a long voicemail, but it never came through to my phone, which is a bummer because her voicemails they're so enthusiastic. They always give me such a boost, and it was a bummer to miss it. But I did talk to her today, and she was probably wondering why I never called her after getting her voicemail, because I didn't get her voicemail. But anyway, so she also loved it, and we talked about that. So I'm feeling like a huge weight off, that these big changes I've made in the past year to the book were really resonating with both my editor and my agent. This is for Secret Book, obviously. So yay! It's great fuel at this stage that I'm at in revisions, trying to get to this last piece. So, okay. And the last thing I wanted to say is I just finished reading Alice, A.Y. Chow, our wonderful patron that we know as Alice, her new book, Shanghai Immortal, and I loved it. Alice, I absolutely loved it. It was such a fun read, and I can't wait for you guys all to be able to read it too. It comes out in June in the UK, and Alice has a really awesome pre-order campaign up, and yeah, the main character is just this super refreshing, sort of uncouth, half goddess, half fox spirit, half vampire. That sounds like three things, but the goddess and the fox spirit are the same thing. And then half vampire. And so she's grown up in hell, which is like a 1930s version of Shanghai. And she's super accomplished and awesome, but also like not at all well behaved and well mannered. But she's also got this incredible vulnerability that was just so compelling. And as you kind of peel back the layers of her and understand what she's gone through, but it's a sweet romance and really sort of a coming of age of a 100-year-old goddess as she is really entering, beginning to understand herself and friendship and the people that she's kept at arm's length because of her past traumas and things like that. But it, however heavy that may sound, it's just like super, super fun and colorful and filled with awesome descriptions. And this is my midnight ramblings. I'm going to try to write better and more articulate praise of some sort, but loved it. And I'm so glad I got to read it early. And so, yeah, definitely check that out. And I'm so excited for this book to go out in the world. This has been being published by my UK publisher as well, Hotterscape, and they are wonderful. So I hope that Alice has a really great launch experience with them. So yes, I am going to go to sleep and get some rest before this book event tomorrow. And I hope you guys are doing well. I'm a little late posting the create along update for this week, but it is coming. All right, I will see you soon.